Morning Queenslanders, welcome to a Queensland Daily Weather Update today from OCC, the 4th of the 2nd, 2023. My name's Chris Nitzo. This update brought to you by our major sponsor TownsvilleSheds.com. Check them out if you're in the market for a shed-safe accredited shed. Thanks to Meteorologics.com, we can see the forecast track of the upcoming low in the Coral Sea. There's a weak low that's going to form around about west of Vanuatu, track in a general westerly direction till about Tuesday night, Wednesday. On Wednesday, it'll slow down and then begin tracking in a south to southeast direction. Of course, we're interested in one of these more western outliers. If the system does track a little bit further to the west, it may indirectly impact the coast with increased winds, waves, and possibly even some isolated showers along the coastline as it does that little recurve. You can catch more details on that in our subscription service at join.ozcyclonechasers.com.au, where we're going to way more depth and detail in that. But of course, if it does start to become a hazard for the coastal regions, we will let you know here in the OCC Queensland Daily Weather apps as well. Thanks to the Bureau of Meteorology, we can see that the 24-hour till 9 o'clock rainfall totals are very significant up around the Cape York Peninsula through parts of northeast Queensland and then also through parts of northern central Queensland. We've seen more isolated activity further to the south in central eastern Queensland around the Capricornia region, and then very isolated activity as we push into southeast Queensland. Looking at the latest satellite radar animation, we've got plenty of stuff going on across the Northern Cape. Now, the good news for the Northern Cape, they will get a reprieve. Today is the last big weather day for them for quite some time. We're going to drop back to some isolated showers and thunderstorms across that area. So rather than the widespread heavy rainfall conditions that we're seeing this morning. Further southwards, we've got a lot of light patchy rain extending down into southeast Queensland. Lots of cloud cover. Some nice storms this morning around Yeppoon as well. And you can see some isolated bits of convection embedded in the light patchy rain through northern inland or northeast inland Queensland this morning. Looking at the instability indicators for today, and particularly this one, the Showalter Index tells us that we are going to see some unstable air across the eastern seaboard and inland of the northeast Queensland coastline, as well as the northeast Queensland coastline, of course. So widespread areas of instability across North Queensland, more isolated pockets of instability across central eastern Queensland. So that means the potential exists for widespread showers and thunderstorm activity across northeast Queensland. Particularly interested in the ranges today, and we're gradually going to shift that instability inland tomorrow. So what we can see there tomorrow is this increase in instability as we progress westwards tomorrow. So much larger scope and scale of convection tomorrow across many areas of central and north Queensland. You will notice that stability pushes up into the Cape, as I mentioned, so a bit of a decreasing weather for them. Possibility of locally heavy falls exists with any convection today. You can see little pockets here to the north of Mackay around the Whitsundays coastline, or just inland of the Whitsundays coastline, the hilly country, and through the North Tropical Coast ranges. There's lots and lots of convective potential there this afternoon, this evening. Of course, we do need to get a little bit of sunlight to help that convection along. So if it's too cloudy, things might take a little bit of time to get going and they may not hit peak intensity. You can see this northeast Queensland through the Mackay area. That appears to be our focus of convection today. And through the evening and nighttime hours, we could see some heavy showers developing along the coast. We'll also see a bit of a trough system developing around central Queensland's coastline, and the possibility, most of these more significant rainfall is expected offshore, but the possibility that one or two areas along the coast could see some pretty significant rainfall as well. But as I say, the bulk of the heaviest falls are expected to be just offshore off this section of coast. And you can see these little heavy falls overnight tonight, just sort of randomly popping up on the North Queensland coastline. There's not too much method to that mayhem. It's just a matter of luck to get under them. And looking at expected rainfalls between now and tomorrow morning when we talk, we can see that there's quite a bit of rain to be had across northeast Queensland, the coastal ranges, the coast itself, and areas just inland of the coastal ranges as well. And through the morning tomorrow, we're going to see progressively a westward shift in the moisture levels, and we're going to see increasing moisture into inland Queensland. We're going to see decreasing rainfall up here in the Northern Cape, so a lot of this is happening in the next few hours, and a bit of light patchy rain extending down into southeast Queensland. As I said, there is a bit of a watch here around central Queensland overnight tonight, a bit of a weak trough system, and if that does get onto the coastline, we could see rainfalls enhanced in little isolated pockets of this central Queensland coastline if that does happen. Thanks for that cloud cover. Those temperatures down around southeast, central east Queensland that we've heard a lot of whinging about because you're not used to them, they are going to be a little bit more moderate today, so we shouldn't get too hot across southeast, central east Queensland, but it will still be quite humid. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.